Hello, everyone. We have content this week. Finally. We've been a little bit busy on
Daddy.
this break, but we got something for y'all. We got a special treat coming in from me and my co host Brissy here at the Summit Sitdown.
Hello. Daddy's
We
made
have
you some content. It's your favorite open wide.
Open Your Mouth Kittens. Here comes the spoon. Here's your
Content.
spoon fed content. And we
Here you
have a
go,
very,
Dean.
very special guest this week. We got the commissioner himself, the Make Summit Great Again connoisseur, Gamer D here. How are you on
Hello.
this fine morning?
I'm doing good. Very excited to play upcoming series.
Yeah.
Uh, Wonderful rainy Saturday.
Oh
Hmm.
yeah.
Happy to be on here with you guys.
Perfect day
Yeah.
to stay inside all day.
Yeah.
Stay inside, and depending on how your game goes, be sad afterwards or be happy.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I guess I know this is not the climb, but I do want to talk about it because we do have like a lot of shit happening today, right? This
Yeah.
might come out on the same day as all this shit's happening. So, um, but we have like three series to be played, and they're gonna be big ones. Big quarterfinals games. We have my game versus the Gauntlet. We have Elo Surfers versus Summit Admins, and I think the other series being played is 1000 versus
Sprinklers, tinklers. Yeah.
Sprinklers Tinklers. So
Correct. Because I don't get to play until Tuesday.
lucky. He doesn't have to stress about today while me and Colin here. Oh god, oh fuck. What's going on?
Yeah. I get to sit back. You guys have to be nervous.
Yeah, Colin has to be even more nervous because his game's in an hour and a half. So
Oh.
true.
Yeah. Maybe not the best prep, but we're good.
Hello. Hey, you're just gonna pick Seraphine anyways, right? Is that the draft prep? Guys, if Seraphine's up, pick.
Alright,
If
well.
Seraphine down, here's the list of champions.
I feel like I haven't picked it that much in Summit. I don't know.
Well,
I'd have to go back and look.
when we think
But
about like Gamer D things, there's like two champions that come to mind. It is the Seraphine, right? And then there's the
yeah,
Bard. The
the
Bard.
Bard. Yeah.
What brought you to Bard, like as the champion?
Uh, Brittany, honestly.
Yeah.
Like when I first started playing League, I was just kind of actually like I never played like a MOBA before or any game like it. So I was like really confused with like the button pushing for like abilities and everything, and like how to cast a spell and like hit a skill shot and everything. So my friends are like, "All right, Teemo has realistically two spells. So go in the top lane, play Teemo, and like we'll try to teach you like macro stuff." Um, so I pretty much just played Teemo for like I don't know, like a year. But like
Damn. A
I didn't like play the
year,
game every day. I played the game
Timo.
Whenever
like
your friends
maybe
were
like
playing,
once
right?
a month.
Oh, okay. So 12
Um,
games of Timo.
12
yeah,
games of
pretty
team.
much. Um, and then moved on to like brand and playing support. Because I was like a support player in Overwatch, and then Brittany told me about Bard, and I was like, oh okay, let me just start spamming the hell out of this champion, and
You're like, this
then
Bard
like
guy's kind of cool.
yeah, I mean I don't know, I just like running around and escaping and like the high playmaking ability of Bard. It's pretty fun. It's like its own play style. I always say, like have fun playing League of Legends, guys. I'm playing Bard.
Yeah.
Like
Well, he
it's
is
so
very
different.
unique. Like,
Yeah,
like the skill expression, like it's like a lot of champions are like really good at one thing. Like when I think of Janna, you know, you're not picking Janna for engage. You know, they're really good at disengage, peeling, and stuff.
Mhm.
Bard
And
can
I
like
think
low key do it all.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think even with that much skill expression, it still seems so unserious if you're looking at it. This,
Yeah.
this guy's just rolling around super fast, throwing his wand to stun, and then that ult. And we've seen many Bard ults from Gamer D.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Some good, some bad.
And Sloth too. Sloth had some really good play this season on the Bard. So I think you got you got a great mentor in the Bard department. But what's your
Yeah.
favorite voice line for Bard? You only got a flute to play.
Yeah, can you give me an instrument? Maybe I could
That's
rip
good.
one.
Somehow Rammus's voice lines are
Oh.
more coherent. So we did mention earlier that you are the commissioner and stuff, and I know you started being the commissioner the season after I started. And originally I
Yeah.
feel like you were supposed to only do it for one season, right? Like it was supposed to be like a one season and done kind of thing, if I recall
Yeah.
correctly. What made you like stick around to keep being the commissioner?
I mean, I don't know. I've kind of always had the mentality of like, if nobody's gonna do it better than me, I'm just gonna keep doing it.
Mm.
And like, I definitely don't want to leave like Summit in the dust of like especially as a co-owner, it's like I want Summit Premier League to succeed, and I don't think that like if I were to just like step down because like I don't want to do it, it would like leave us in like a really bad spot and kind of like in a panic mode to like try to find somebody who could do it or is willing to do it. So I kind of took the approach of like rather than looking for a replacement, I'm just like looking for people to start to take like different responsibilities from me. So it's like not so much on me and like a whole burden of like one person, because like as we see in the season, like I don't spend all of my time at my computer, and it sucks if like there's a ruling and I'm not there for it.
Yeah.
It feels like the only times there are supposed to be rulings are when you're not there, which is really unlucky. Like it's so chill until you go do something, and then we decide to have issues.
I know I have my phone in my pocket for an hour, and then all hell breaks loose. So like with the addition of Pi, I think a lot of like the pre-season stuff, he'll be a huge help with that. And then there's a couple other people. I mean, Mid2Easy was a huge help last season. And then adding on a couple more people to take on some other responsibilities. Baratel's been a huge help with like sub approvals. Yeah, so super thankful for the people that have stepped up to help me. I mean, it's too much work for one person.
Yeah.
Well, I will
But-
say that each season that you have been commissioner has just gotten significantly better year split over split. So I think that you're doing a great job, and Summit has been in the right direction since you've taken over, and I can only see it getting better as time goes on. Especially
Thank
with how they're growing. I mean,
That's what I was about to
we're getting
say.
bunch of signups, new signups every season.
Because like the
Yeah,
season
pretty
last
much.
season, right? Like it was still like a normal amount segment size season, right? Like it was like I think it was like 12 teams. Like it was a 10 or 12 teams, and it was still like a pretty normal amount. But this season we had like over 100, like 10 signups, you know. And
Yeah,
and then you had to open it up a little bit more. Like you had to like throw some of your plans to the wind a little bit. Like
yeah. The season prior was 10 teams, and then moved to 14 with the idea. Or yeah, going into the following season, it's like, all right, I want to be able to have like some kind of flexibility to where like if we get this, like knowing that a lot of VLN guys are going to sign up, like if we get to like this number, we should expand to this many teams. If we get to this number, we should expand to this many teams, and like we'll figure out the schedule.
Right.
yeah.
Obviously, there was like some on the fly adjustments with like the non-scheduled game, which I doubt we'd do it again. I don't know. Maybe it was just because the first time, but like a lot of teams didn't plan on playing that unscheduled match until like the last 2 weeks. But
Yeah.
because like theoretically,
You should play
you
whenever.
get your schedule, you make the
Yeah.
win meet with the other team of like the whole season, and then you pick a date like within the first week, like just sometime throughout the season. So that obviously didn't happen. I don't know if that's because it was the first time we did it or if that's just a terrible idea. But
I think you just forgot we're lazy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I don't think it's like a issue with the concept. The concept, like in a like sports environment, makes sense. You know, like where people are coming to practice, they have to, or they have to like leave their team.
Yeah.
But like these people show up a lot of the time once a week for their game, and that's it. That's the only League of Legends they play. So
Hmm.
it's
I think
Yeah.
interesting.
looking at this season compared to past seasons, I think even with 14 teams and how difficult it was to get 14 teams to work around a schedule, it has been great. I think it could have definitely gone way worse than it has.
Yeah, it definitely could have been worse. I mean, thankfully, I don't think any matches were FF. Like, yeah, we didn't have any like double FFs, so if, like we can't schedule this game.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like that. So, I mean, I know it was a pain in the ass for a lot of people, but it worked out.
Yeah. What would you say like the most rewarding part of being the commissioner has been the past two seasons?
Honestly, just like watching Summit grow and like having more people kind of like add themselves to like the Summit community. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like super fun to see. And, like, because like like have a pretty rich history with like going back to La Liga of like a lot of like really close friends playing together, and I think just like having that core at the community, like core of the community, and like people wanting to like be part of that and like adding themselves to it, it's like super rewarding to like kind of see people want to be part of of the community.
Mm-hmm. I will say, I know a lot of expansion has been through the content side tue. Like we have had
Yeah.
the power rankings come up, and now we have the summit sit down, and it looks like we have a lot more episodes. There was like a couple seasons ago, like we wouldn't have an episode of the climb every week. We would have it like maybe every 2 weeks, you know. But
No, yeah, it's been popping off.
yeah. So one thing I do want to ask you is like we do see like a lot of the power rankings, for example, it's like it's so fun because it gets a lot of talk, but like sometimes it's objectively or like somewhat subjectively like bait, right? Because you see a lot
Yeah.
of people like these lower ranked players, such as yourself, Isodakt, Pat's Thick, you know, just like go up against Goliath, but they're still like it seems like the top players have plot armor in a way, you know. Like, what
Yeah.
would you do if you were in charge of power rankings? Like if you were a recurring
Mm.
host.
I think like it would be fun to have someone like who's like high rank and pretty involved in Summit, um, but not playing in it,
Mm-hmm.
do like their objective or not objective, but like their power rankings. Because I mean, like even the NFL, like their power rankings are bait. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just like the nature of power rankings. There's going to be something that's like higher or lower than like what a lot of people think, and there's going to be like that's why it gets people pissed off and gets people talking. Like that's why power rankings started, is
Oh
for the
yeah.
conversation, like it as a whole, like throughout, no matter what sport or e-sport or whatever. Um, I mean, I remember seeing power rankings of like baseball teams when I was playing, and like being like, "What the hell is this?" And like
It's a question
it kind of
mark.
like fires you up as like a team when you see it of like, oh, this committee thinks we're um, this low, so like fuck them. I do think it would be funny to have like an anonymous power rankings committee. I do think that
Ooh.
that would be fun. Of like, and then also having like the like X-Ray and Jason to go on and like have their own power rankings and talk about it and compare it to
Like the
like
player power rankings. Yeah.
the committee one and like yeah, I think that would be cool. I do like what they're doing now. I think it's
Oh yeah.
fun. I do think it would also be fun if like them and a guest came on with their power rankings and like
Mm-hmm.
listed those, and then together all three of them like made like a power ranking list that they could all agree on.
Yeah, like definitely A lot of like the thing I would love to see highlight is like the like lower elo players have always been like popping off. We always have like a couple lower elo players that stand out, and I would love
Yeah.
to like highlight them more. So the thing with
Mhm.
power rankings always seems to be like, and the discussion behind it is how do you power rank exactly? Like there's no set guideline to power rank. So I would love like if I was to be like the non-player person next split, right? I would love to be that person that's like
Hey,
objectively this person played this well.
hey, Ray. Your cam is bugging right now, dude.
Is it really?
Yeah, I tried to send a message, but yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah.
tweaking.
Oh wow. Yeah, I think the wire on it is going out. I'm not gonna
Uh-oh.
lie.
One
Sorry to
sec.
interrupt.
Moving people into the room I'm in. One sec.
Okay. Um. Yeah, they get to watch the technical difficulties unfold. This is kind of funny.
Yes, this is so unedited. It's
You're just getting it.
this is real. This is real life.
Yeah, I definitely need to order a new one. Hey, if I get a new job, guys, that first buy, new webcam.
Oh yeah, I saw that you had quite a few interviews, one of which being a little sketchy.
Yeah. I don't know because you ever see like those Indeed job applications that are like, yeah, 90% of it is like commission based, totally, and it's salary for sure, and it's like the descriptions are like, oh, you just need a working car and exist, right? And
Yep.
I'm like, oh,
Damn.
you're gonna pay me $75,000 a year to exist? Sure, buddy. Like, this isn't a scam. And then you go on their website and it's in broken English. I'm like,
Totally real.
not falling
Big
for
real.
this one. So, Colin, one thing I have been told to ask you about.
Okay.
I've heard you have really good aim, like throwing aim.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
I would hope so. Yeah.
So, you want to tell me about anything about Christmas ornaments?
Oh God. I
Didn't
think
even.
Brittany's referencing a story. So it was like we're at the sled house at U of I, which is the like engineering frat, like the Mech E frat,
Mm-hmm.
that like was also the snowmobile team. So they worked on snowmobiles and like built them and then raced them. And we had a couple of buddies that were in that frat and lived there. And we were like at like their Christmas party, like right before everybody left for the semester, or like left for the winter break. Um, and there was a guy like sitting across the room, like, and I was like playing with a Christmas ornament. He goes, "Throw it, I'll catch it in my mouth." And I was like, "How hard?" He goes, "Hard." And I like threw it, and it hit him like right in the teeth, and you just heard like ornament to teeth.
Oh
It's like the
no.
most disgusting sound.
It's probably the first time it's ever happened in the history of ever.
Yeah, but
Holy.
yeah, I mean, played baseball. I was a pitcher in college, so I'd hope
Yeah,
that now and then I can throw something where I want it to.
yeah. You think you could like hit somebody? You think you could throw a baseball and hit like an apple off someone's head?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I mean, I would
It's
hope that they have
impressive.
a glove, but
yeah. Hopefully they
I
have a
think I
helmet.
could. Would I be willing to risk it and potentially hit someone? No, but yeah, especially with my arm right now because my labrum is torn, so
Oh,
not doing a lot of throwing right now.
well, it's funny because like if I try to throw something, like I know it's like there's like a 50% chance I hit my target. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
is it really just trial and error over and over and over and over again to like get it exactly where you want to throw it? Like,
I mean, if you think about it, from the age of 3 to 22, I was playing catch every day for the most part, or at least like 80% of days. Throwing the ball like at least 100 times a day, like all those days. So like I've thrown a ball like well over a million times.
Getting the reps in, yeah.
The
absolutely.
same size, same weighted ball. So yeah, it's a lot of reps. It's a lot of practice. I mean, like hitting is the hardest thing to do in sports because of how good pitching is.
Yeah. It's
like
a skill expression, you think, is a lot easier, you think? Or is it like it just has more impact?
Yeah, it's just a crazy feat to be able to throw a ball over 100 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Like something that's just like unfathomable for a lot of people. Like if like the average Joe were to go and like do the thing at like a MLB game and they like throw the ball into the like for the radar, I'd be surprised if like somebody who's never really thrown before could do anything over like 55 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And then, Ben Joyce for the Angels is throwing a fastball 106.9 miles per hour. And, like, it's hard.
Talent.
Like, you can see, yeah, and you can see, like, the pitch on the TV. And it's like, oh, why isn't that guy hitting it? But, like, it's hard to, like, replicate, like, to catch with a camera how fast that's coming in.
Yeah.
And the fact that you don't know that he's throwing a fastball, where it's going. Or
seen on YouTube a bunch of times, like a POV of what like an MLB ump is seeing and how fast that ball is coming in to the catcher is just unreal.
Yeah. It's insane. I mean, Sports Science, that old show, has a pretty cool video on like how much, like what your reaction time has to be and like how much time you actually have to decide whether to swing and where to swing, and all that is quite minimal. Like 0.2 seconds.
I feel like I'd be better off with a blindfold, to be honest, and just praying I hit it.
You might be. Yeah.
Genuinely.
That's why I like golf.
Yeah.
It's
very unathletic. Well, it is athletic, but
that's the one thing we all have in common.
It's athletic. The greatest athlete in the world plays golf.
Yep, true.
Ooh,
Tiger Woods, baby.
Greatest athlete ever?
Yeah.
That is
the
top
true
3 GOATs of all time.
Tiger Woods, Michael Phelps, Serena Williams.
So is Michael Jordan like even gonna make the top 15? Like,
Michael Jordan might make the bottom 15.
Oh, he's just like you. Bottom 15 support, baby.
He played against plumbers. He's a pile of shit. Like, I don't know.
He played against plumbers. I guess, okay, because there's issue with what we just said. It touched on like 15 different notes that I had, so I kind of have to go like one by one, because I did want to talk to you two about golf, because I don't golf, but my job is heavily golf incorporated. So I see all the product come in, I'm like, oh, these fucking nerds. Like, they're getting their carbon graphite heads instead of their titanium heads on their drivers. And they're like, this is going to fix me, Like, when did you guys, like, get good at golf, and, like, what did it take?
Oh.
Good question.
Well, I golfed in high school, and, like, golf growing up, but like it was always like a tertiary sport to me. Like I figured I would pick it up more later, like after my baseball career was over. And after my baseball career was over, when I got myocarditis, I wasn't allowed to do anything active except for golf, and so I just like golfed every day for about like 8 months straight.
Nice.
And dropped my handicap from like a 21 to like a 5.2.
Ooh wee, goddamn.
That guy's good.
I mean, I would just same with league. I mean, I would watch YouTube videos of like course management, and like try to take one thing and into the next round, focus on that, try to make my game better that day. go home. What did I struggle with? Watch videos on how to improve that, and just over and over and over and over again. And then eventually got okay at golf.
Okay, I think a 5.2 handicap's a little more than okay, because I work at the highest handicap we have at my job's like a 4, and they're all golfers, so like
Yeah.
I would pat yourself on the back a little bit. What about you, Rissy? What's your handicap and what's your golf story?
So I got introduced at a very young age to golf because my dad and my grandpa were really big golfers. So I mean, I've been playing the game on and off for I don't know until I was probably like 10. Um, I never really took the game super seriously up until probably 2 years ago. I mean, all of my ability for the game was all learned online, like golf YouTube videos, whatnot. And I was probably like a high 20s, maybe mid 20 handicap. And then about a year and a half ago, I took some golf tech lessons, which were insane. Um, so I mean, I guess about a year ago, I think my handicap was probably hovering around a 20, a little bit higher than that. But after the golf tech lessons, I was pretty consistently hitting mid to low 80s. So I would say my handicap was probably around 13 or 14.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's such a
Very
fun
good.
game. It's such a fun game at that point. Like if you're hitting hundreds, and higher, it's not really enjoyable. I mean, it is when you go out with some buddies and you have some drinks, but when you really get down to learning the game and being able to perform at an above average level, because I mean, not everybody's out there hitting par. Like it's insanely difficult to do, but
Yeah,
it just
imagine hitting par
becomes
for your first times like in a college.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, even like most golfers hitting in the 80s is an insane accomplishment.
Yeah.
Um, but it's like I wish I was able to get out more, but I mean, the lifestyle I live is mostly behind a computer, but going out and touching grass and
Good way to
getting
do it.
active is a lot of fun, and I think
Yeah.
golf is just one of those sports that makes it really really easy to do because you're not going out and getting sweaty, you're not exerting so much energy in a short period of time. You're spacing it out across 4.5 hours of a round if you're taking your time
Yeah.
doing it, but it's a
Yeah.
lot of fun. I love the game.
I was
Nice.
gonna
Nice
ask
to
you
get
too,
outside.
because like, what's it called? You both live in Washington, so
Hmm.
like, it's a very seasonal sport for you guys. I'm imagining, right?
Yeah.
You guys cannot play past like October. I'm imagining.
I was gonna go play tomorrow, actually.
Okay, you can, but you got to
Yeah.
bring like warm golf gloves, basically.
Uh, Yeah. I mean, that's like anything here. Like, you either are like us, like prone to the weather, and you stay inside when it's raining or it's
Hmm.
cold, and you end up inside half the year,
Or you go out and tough it
or
out.
you get the right gear and you make it so that it's comfortable for you to be outside
Hmm.
in like the elements. I mean, there's obviously times where, like, if it's snowing here, obviously I'm not gonna go golfing, but like I really don't mind like golfing in the rain. Um, like it's fine as long as it's not like a torrential downpour and like a lot of wind. Like if it's just like raining, like it kind of
Yeah,
always does here, then I'm like, I have rain
that's
gloves, I have
nice.
an umbrella with like a to like keep over me. I have towels to keep my gloves dry. Like,
I
can
think
deal with it.
I think it really comes down to how well a course is maintained. I think
Oh yeah. Oh my
that's
God.
that's
Some of them you
that's
come out here,
yeah, like you go
mud
out to
pit.
you go out to some of the courses and they're just not kept well, and you're playing on mud basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went out and played around probably about a year ago with some friends of mine, and super rainy. And I think it was like 4 or 5 different instances where one of my friends had topped the ball and it dug into the ground. It didn't go anywhere. It's just mud, and so the ball just gets stuck about 3 inches
Breaking
into
the
the
laws of
ground.
physics because of how
And you're like
terrible
walking on
it
the
is.
fairway, and it's like the fairway is a water bed, and you're like,
Mhm.
what the hell?
So I think that's another big
Start
thing. If you go to a
fishing the
if you go to a
fairway.
good course, I mean the rain really doesn't have too big of a factor if you're playing on a nice course.
Yeah, there's a couple ones around here that hold the water or drain the water pretty well.
What's your guys' favorite club that you own?
Mm.
What's the
Question.
butter one? The one that just you touch it,
Uh,
nice.
My 56. I love hitting my
sandwich?
56.
Yeah.
It's
is
a
it?
Cobra. Man, I remember what the. It's a Cobra something, but it is the smoothest club I have. I got it for my birthday 2 years ago, and I fucking love hitting it.
Yeah.
Brittany just got me a 56 for my birthday.
Nice.
Y'all ever do odd numbers? A lot of people are super into like the odd number kind of. I think it's kind of like a gimmick. Like people love like getting 53s or like 55s.
Oh yeah. Like
Like
those.
I
Like, I
think
mean,
they're kind of nerds for it, but
I don't want to call them. I don't want to call them meme clubs, but yeah, when you go, like you got golfers out there who are so particular about their game, or they want to put up the front that they're really particular about their game, so their bag
Yeah.
is filled with like 50 clubs. They're like,
Mhm.
oh yeah, this is a perfect instance to hit my 69 wedge.
no, they
Like,
actually
yeah, okay, buddy.
do. We sell 70-degree hummingbird wedges. I don't know if y'all have ever
Oh,
seen those.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
They're kind of expensive because they're so gimmicky and so little people buy them. But like the nerds, like the fake, like the golfers that are like they want to just be like kind of unique, they swear by them. They're like, dude, I swear this has a purpose. Like I'm like, does it? Like honestly, you might as well putt at that point. Like,
It's so funny.
Yeah.
what about you, Colin? What's your favorite club?
Probably a 4-iron. Pretty much exclusively tee off with that on like any kind of par 4, par 5. Plus, it's the club that I use in like any kind of escape. Like a lot of courses around here are kind of filled with trees, and I feel like with that club, I can bend it any direction that I need to or want to, and hit it at pretty much any height that I want to. So
It's impressive. I've never been super good with longer irons.
Yeah, I feel like people play with hybrids more now than
Yeah.
longer irons.
I mean, like I grew up watching Tiger Woods golf, and that was like always the most impressive thing he could do was like be in a really shitty spot and like bend the ball with a long iron and like run it along up, all the way up from the fairway up to the green and like have it nestle down in there. So I mean,
Or,
like
like, that
just watching stuff like
famous
that and being like, holy shit, I want to do that, and like go
that
to driving.
famous shot
Right.
of him out of the bunker, like 220 away from the hole, over
Yeah.
trees and water, and he just smacks an iron to the green. That's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Absurd.
I feel like
or
a
like
lot
that
of people do that
other
with pool.
shot. Oh my goodness. Dude, he's such a good fucking golfer. Oh my god.
People
I'll just
rag
go
on him
on-
too. They'll say he's washed.
Go on YouTube and pull up Tiger Woods highlights, man. Oh my
Have you
god.
seen
he
his
gets you-
leg? I
gets you
mean, of
pumped.
course he's not the same golfer.
Yeah.
He
He's
was
done a lot of
mutilated.
twisting on it.
Yeah.
So, off
Great
topic.
sport.
Arcane. I haven't watched it entirely yet. Spoiler warning, I guess. Have y'all watched Arcane?
Yeah.
through and through?
I finished it twice because I watched ahead from my girlfriend and then I had to rewatch it. But I didn't mind that because
He
the
had to
show
lie
was
to me at dinner and say that he hadn't
phenomenal. I
watched
did.
it.
Oh, it's so awful.
No, I'd be up on like a Friday night and Arcane drops at midnight and so she'd be asleep, and I'd be like, "Well,
Oh,
am I
no.
gonna wait? Probably not."
So, 2 questions. Spoiler warning for the audience. 1, who's your favorite character in Arcane? Like, who do you think got translated into Arcane like so well? You know, it's not Victor, obviously. Um, he's not joining No Glorious Evolution.
I think I probably have 2. I guess character-wise and full character development, I think Echo is pretty sick.
Yes, absolutely.
For sure.
It's like such a cool character concept, and like his voice so well in the show, and like his role is pretty cool. But I mean, I love Heimerdinger, man.
Yeah, no, I was about to say.
I love his voice. I think it's just so funny the way he waddles around. Like it gets me going every time. It's so funny.
There's so many good ones. Like I could say Jinx. Contrary to popular opinion, I could say Jace. I really liked Jace and how his character was developed and how that whole thing went.
Guys.
And then Caitlyn. I think those
yeah.
were
I saw lots of character development between her and Vi. A little too much character development. I was like, God damn. They're Smith swapping on my screen, guys. What's going on?
Yeah, so I think that I couldn't put a favorite out there, but I cannot wait until they release their next series.
I was about to ask y'all, the second question was about to be, where would y'all want the next series to be like located in like the lore universe?
Well, it sounds like they have an idea as to where they want to go already, but
yeah, sounds like Noxus.
Bilgewater would be sick.
Bilgewater would be sick, and I also think Freljord would be really cool.
Yeah. I think Shadow Isles would be super cool too.
Yeah. If they release like a Shadow Isles like around the Halloween time next year or like after, that'd be a hit.
That would be awesome.
Give me some Thresh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who would you want the main characters to be for the next League of Legends show? Because like we had Jinx and like Vi, Caitlyn. Like, which character do you... I mean, I want Bard, but, like, what is he going to say?
I think a Lucian Senna storyline in the Shadow Isles would be super cool.
Yeah.
Just because they interact with so many of the different champions from that region.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got Thresh, Viego. You jump in with like Callista, Hecarim. It's like there's so many storylines in that region alone that would be super cool to follow. And just seeing how Arcane was animated, I couldn't even fathom how cool something like that would look.
Yeah, I want Targon, Loki, and Pharah. They'd be actually really good picks too, I think. Especially, I feel like Ryze has been like the main character of League of Legends for like a long time. I don't know if y'all feel that way, but like early seasons, Ryze was like the character of League of Legends. So
he was in Arcane already.
No, he wasn't. He was not.
I think you're mixing up bald people. But I think Ryze would have to be my pick, just because I've loved Ryze's like lore and this entire act he does, like where he's like, oh, I'm so crazy for the scroll, but he's low key just trying to save the world.
Seeing like an animated adaptation of these characters that we just sit here and play all day every day is so cool. Like seeing Vi use her fists in Arcane was like seeing Captain America pick up Thor's hammer in Endgame. It's like you just get so hyped when you see them like use an ability in the show that they use in game. It's so cool.
There's so many times I was watching with my girlfriend, I'm like, dude, Vi just queued right there and you don't even know. You don't even know Vi just used her ult. Oh, Echo just ulted right there, bro.
Or when Jace fucking switches his hammer to the melee version when they're down in the Undercity. I was like, oh my god, he just used an ability right there, man.
Dude, when he EQ'd that child at the end of season 1.
no.
Dude, I was like, dude, he just hit a fucking crazy shock blast.
Oh my god.
No, the only thing I'm like kind of disappointed with Arcane is like they're coming to League of Legends and they're making like $250 Jinx skins that aren't looking that
Yeah, that
great.
skin's crazy, man. It's not worth that much money.
Dude, I feel like the monetization of League of Legends has gone downhill, and this is where I want to watch this segue to GamerD because I think you're also historically a anti-skin purchaser.
I am, yeah.
What
like,
makes you not want to buy skins?
Like you get them for free. Like I kind of like the like luck of the draw, kind of like to like get the skin that you want.
Mm-hmm.
And like I just don't feel the need to pay for something. Like I don't know. I guess I'm pretty frugal, and I'm just like don't want to spend money on stuff that like I like get no value out of.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not like a CS:GO skin where like it could go up in value and then you sell it and it's worth a lot. Like it's just kind of like on your account forever unless you like go through the hoops of selling your account because it has these skins on it. Like it just feels like a waste of money, and I don't know.
I have
You
too
can
many
get free
skins.
ones.
Yeah, I was about to ask you, what do y'all think if you had a ballpark range, how much money you've spent on League of Legends?
So they actually used to have a website where you could look that up.
Yeah.
And then they took it down.
Stop that. Keep gambling.
I would
like I know I've bought skins for people. Like I bought Nico a skin after season 2. Or 3. I forgot which one. I've bought Brittany skins, and I think the only skin I've bought for myself was T1 Bard.
That's a great skin. That one transcends your rule, honestly.
Do you guys know what the first skin you ever got?
Yeah.
Do you guys know what the first skin you ever got was?
I have no idea.
What was yours?
Mine was Cryocore Brand.
That's
you know why? You know why I got that skin? Because Brand was the first champion I ever got a pentakill on.
Wow.
And it was when I like did not know what I was doing in the game. It was like a mega. Yeah, I still don't have a clue, but it was like a mega.
No, sorry, I still don't have a clue.
It was like a mega 5-man tower or like a big team fight mid tower, and I just somehow came away with a pentakill. Yeah, smashed my face on my keyboard.
Mine was Easter egg Teemo.
Ooh, good one.
Do you remember yours, Colin?
No, I have no idea.
No.
Yeah.
What was your first main?
Acquired. Oh shit.
My first what?
Main champions.
Teemo.
Yeah. What about you, Brissy?
My first mained champion.
Yeah.
Oh damn. It's a really good question, actually. I liked Tarek a lot. Like pre rework, where your stun was just a point and click.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I played a lot of Brand. Yeah, that was probably the main two that I played. But I played support significantly more when I first started the game, and I think that goes the same for a lot of people. Although nowadays, I don't think that that's the best role to learn on at all.
Yeah, just stick them in mid lane. Fuck it. Feed them to the wolves.
I don't know. I guess.
Champion. Sorry, what were you saying?
No, I was gonna say. I guess that the one of the questions I would have is like, what role do you guys think would be the best to start learning the game on?
This is a hot take. I think jungle. I think jungle or mid lane. Honestly, like you kind of gotta get your shit kicked in.
Yeah. I hear a lot of people say top lane, but I think top lane is just way too punishing to learn the game on.
No.
It's way too isolated right now, I think. Maybe back before Unleashed TP. But probably jungle. maybe AD, just to learn the concept of like it's simple champions for the most part down there. You get the concept of like mini team fights, as well as like the big team fights, and then like wave management and how to CS. Pretty good basics, I think. And then from there, like support and jungle, yeah. I think just like learn macro pretty quick with that.
I've always just subscribed to mid laners are probably like the best fill players.
Yeah.
Like, they have to do the most. And I didn't start playing support. I didn't start by playing support or jungle or AD carry. I started by playing mid lane. I was mid lane main until like season 11. And then my collegiate team had 2 mid laners. And then someone needed to go AD carry because our best AD carry was gold. And we weren't having a gold. We were going to have like grandmasters and diamond players and then a gold AD carry. So then I went to AD carry. So, and I think, honestly, I consider myself a great fill player because of the amount of time I spent with mid lane. So I would say mid lane is probably one of the more important roles.
Yeah. I agree. I think it transitions well into every other role.
Yeah. Which is weird because my first main champion was Riven. And I would just play mid lane. And I didn't A-click or anything until like season 10. So like... And I was playing for like 3 or 4 years at that point, so I was right-clicking to do all my Riven combos, and
that's crazy.
And that's the only champion I right-click on to this day, to like do all my autos.
Wow. Yeah, I tend to A-click way more now, even on champions that I should not be A-clicking on because I've built such a habit doing it.
Dude, A-clicking is the best thing that's ever happened to me. I'm not gonna lie. Like. I was like literally like a D4 sitter AD carry for so long, and then I learned how to A-click, and I swear to God I went from D4 to D2 in one night learning how to A-click. I was like, this shit's so easy. I don't even have to click on them. I can miss. The thing I hate about A-clicking, especially as not A-clicking as AD carry, if you're right-clicking and you slightly miss your target, you start walking.
You just walk at them.
Yeah.
And you just lose. And I was like, I'm getting tired of missing. The only champion I can play is fucking Ezreal because he doesn't have the auto attack as much. So
I did that so many times. Season 1, I would just like walk into the enemy team because I missed my right click, and what a nightmare.
It's embarrassing, honestly. It makes you look like you don't know what you're doing. But it's like, no, I didn't do that. I guess one thing we could talk about real quick. We're still pretty good on time, but you know, we've all had like a lot of different experiences with the game, and we're all kind of converging this weekend. Tell me about your favorite series to watch this weekend, if outside of your series, and who you guys want to play the most.
I would say that my series, I think if we come out on top over a team like Wawa Warriors, I think it's reminiscent of GPR last season, where everybody thinks that we suck and we're going to lose. I think if we can beat Wawa Warriors, we have the ability to go a good distance, but it's going to be a very telling series as to how our team is going to hold up, and I'm excited. But I would say my favorite series that I can't wait to watch is going to be the Sprinklers Tinklers versus Thousand Year Dynasty series. I think that's a crazy good one.
That'll be fun to watch.
Yeah. I think mine's going to be Elo Surfers versus Summit Admins, because we've seen it before and it was already a banger, and it was pretty neck and neck, I think. And I love watching series that aren't blowouts. And I feel like this is like one of the more coin flippy series. Like it could really go either way. And the storyline, like I love Tubby, and I love Colin and Giuseppe, and I love Strand. I want to see them battle because it's just like that's a good time.
Yeah, I love matches like that where I'm playing against two people that I really get along with in the bot lane. Like it just makes it so much more fun. Like if I were to pick any team to like any other team to play against in playoffs would be Gar's first grade class just to play against Brissy and Jason. Like, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wish I could play against 1,000 Year Dynasty again, because the aftermath of our series was like low key like one of the funniest things that's ever happened in my league career. Like, honestly, I think it's so funny that like it's because of the personalities on that team too. Like they're
Oh,
so like, I wouldn't say loud, but they're just like, they have such great personalities on their team that like it's gonna be so much fun to play them no matter what happens.
yeah. I agree.
Who do y'all think will be the finals?
Obviously, Elos our first day.
Yeah, got it. I can't wait to say.
Just to get shit on by the Wawa Warriors and play.
You mean GFC?
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
Yeah.
Actually
We could
true.
meet in the finals. That'd be so fun. I don't know. I feel like I don't think that every team performs in a best of 5 at the same rate or same caliber that they do in a best of 3.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, unless they 3-0 it. Like,
Mhm.
it takes a lot of adaptability to play a best of 5 well.
Mental toughness for sure.
So like, it's a long day. Yeah, I mean, it's potentially
I'm
5
not
hours.
excited. I'm really not excited.
I mean, last season we went through the ringer because I mean our first 2 series of playoffs were 5-game series,
Yeah.
and then leading into the top 2 seeds out of both pools for semis and finals was, oh my goodness, was
Yeah, y'all
it's
just
so
lucky.
draining.
Y'all lucky y'all didn't
Yeah.
play the kittens, bro. No big deal, though.
Like, yeah, I mean, it's also where you see people like if there's anybody streaming their comms, like it's fun to watch. I mean, game 4, game 5 start swinging around, people
Oh
get
my
heated
god.
real quick. They get tired,
yeah.
they get cranky, they start snapping at each other. I think the teams that do the most successful just kind of like keep a level head the whole time. Like I remember season 2 when we reverse swept. I don't remember the team name, but Gator and them and all them, and just like I remember like how calm Owen was the whole time. Just like even going into draft into game 3 where it looked just like terrible. Just like how calm he was, how calm Nico was, John, Riley, like everybody was just like, all right, one more, let's just get it done. Let's win this one, get to the next one, and then win that one, get to the next one, and it was fun.
That's the one thing I'm worried about with my series, is because there's like the people I'm playing against. The series have been like the best of 5 warriors, like PPP never saw. Like,
yeah,
they kind of do just thrive under the best of 5s.
Mm-hmm.
And we're supposed to be like one of the best teams going into it, so that's honestly a lot of pressure. But we're kind of goated, so
yeah. I kind of like the 1 seed picking out their opponent just because of the added pressure of like, okay, now we really can't lose.
Yeah.
Like there's no like I think like the 4 seed scaling, so like really that was a better team, which we didn't have to play against them. It's like, no, you pick your opponent.
Yep.
I will say, the thing about this season, I feel like it didn't matter what opponent we picked, because I feel like everybody on Group B was a good opponent.
Yeah, Group B was tough.
Yeah, if you made it out of Group B, that means you're kind of a goated team, IMO. But
like, I even think like Power Friendship
and
Final Boss, like definitely playoff contending teams. Like they could hang with everybody here. So
like, imagine if Final Boss didn't lose 6 of those games like in a row. Like if they they just like had 1 or 2 of those games, they would be here playing
by like a backdoor play too, and like stuff like that, like open Nexus and losing and like stuff like that, just like crazy losses that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah,
unlucky.
Do y'all think
I
the
wish
top 8 teams are the best 8 teams?
Let me message all of them. Let's just let them take our spot.
The top 8 teams actually the best top 8?
Yeah.
I think so. I think there were a lot of teams. I mean, like when we're talking about final boss, I think there were a lot of teams that maybe just didn't get their footing quick enough that
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately weren't able to make it. I think final boss is one of them. I think that it's tough to say whether or not McMammals could have turned it around and been
Nah, I don't
successful
think
in
they would.
playoffs. I don't think so
They
personally.
mental boomed.
I feel like
Yeah, I think
Allen's had like actually like good strokes of brilliance at some points, but like they just faltered so many times. Like
I
they had
think a
so many
lot. I
good
think
pieces.
yeah, I think there were teams that were scared to change what they were doing and adapt differently, and then they did it too late.
Yeah.
Specifically, Allen and the Chipmunks. I think that if they were to roll swap earlier and then send the people down the rolls that they were doing the past or the last 3 series they played, I think
Yeah.
that team would have been way scarier.
Yeah,
For
no, I
sure.
agree.
And Beware Gaming got a dub at the end of the season. So
True.
they're on
Mhm.
a 1 win streak, guys. Some people going into playoffs aren't even on a win streak right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think looking at
Stats don't lie.
I think looking at some of the GFC series, it's like we either like rolled the opponent and didn't really have any sort of close series, or we got rolled. There was no in between.
Well, our game was our one game that we tried to play against each other was close.
Yeah. The first game of that series was fun. I think that it was good, and then game two. I mean, we talked about it
We were just like, all
prior to
right, I'm
the.
just
We were like, whoever loses game one has to.
yeah, just fucking
Yeah.
pick Raven, AD carry. You know what's funny?
God damn it! It's
I
so
feel
funny.
bad about that series, but like my teammates were literally, I was like, hey guys, I walked into, I was like, literally pick whatever y'all want, and they were like, I want to practice Malphite. I'm like, you want to practice Malphite? Do you need to practice Malphite? And he was like, well, if I'm gonna be, and we didn't know who we had an idea of who we were playing, but we were like, if we're gonna play against them, I think I'm not leaking right now because we might upload this right now.
Right.
But but you know what I'm trying to say, right? It's just so funny. My AD carry also was like, he was my sub at the time. I think I was a sub AD carry. No, it was Picro, and he was like, yeah, I want to play Corky. He has funny voice lines. I was like, okay, I won't play Corky then. You can play Corky.
That's funny.
Actually,
Yeah. Also,
Oh.
another thing about GFC is and this isn't like an excuse thing, but we literally had our full roster less than half of the series that were played for regular
Oh
season.
yeah.
We had a sub almost every single week.
What's going on with first name last name Kittler?
Actually, I'm pretty confident we will have a sub for week 1 of playoffs.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Me
So.
and you both.
The,
All right,
uh,
if we're gonna make excuses, my jungler's sick. My support has mono. My AD carries somewhere else. Me and Pat are gonna carry this series to a victory.
Nice.
Ban Nunu. That's all I gotta say.
I wish you both so much luck tonight. I will be
Yeah.
watching on my second monitor while I play Path of Exile 2.
Yeah, I think that's about it. I think this was a very fun, informative episode. We got to know a lot about Gamer D and his God gifted left hand.
Mm-hmm.
Left hand.
Pause. Is it? I mean, you golf left handed. Do you throw right handed?
I throw right-handed. Yeah.
Oh, God's gift to God's ambidextrous king. By the way, Putt's right handed. By the way,
I do.
so
Yeah.
if you have any right handed
We-
putters, send it your way.
We forgot to mention me and Colin's 2 or 3 game run where we were like an unstoppable midfield in softball. And then
True.
I started sucking toward the end of the season, and we lost almost every
Was it
game.
Was it like
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
When I first got
softball.
back into softball, I made a rec team, and Brissy came out, and he was my second baseman.
Dude, we were cooking. We were cooking for like 3 games, and then I could not feel the ground ball after that.
I have a great question, real quick.
Yeah.
Your starting 10 lineup for Summit's baseball team.
Oh God, we're cooked. Okay.
How many athletes can you pull?
Okay, give me. I'll be on the bump. Give me Gator behind the dish. Give me Sulpan in center field.
That's a good pick.
Brissy at second. Is it tall? Give me ISO at first base. That dude's tall as shit.
Dude, it's sporadic somewhere too at that point. Sporadic's
That's
at
all
6'7".
necessarily. I'm trying to think of who would be fast. Oh, give me Strand in left.
Who's big body enough to take the hot
Get
corner?
Violan in there.
No. Give me Joe, Seppi Hack in right field. Who the hell could play shortstop?
Throw me at short. I played shortstop in the Little League.
True. That'll do.
I'll do.
And then, give me Nightmare at second then.
Mm-hmm.
Third baseman. Nobody strikes me as a third baseman type.
I felt so
Somebody's
bad.
made it
I
there
felt
in
so bad.
Summit.
I felt so bad when we threw Logan at third base all season.
It's a terrible.
Is that like the worst place to be?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Because it's more often than not you're getting a
Like being in
ball
trouble.
hurling toward you
Mm-hmm.
at ridiculous speeds.
I mean, you already got 2 Brissies. Do you want to throw him? You want to throw a third Brissy at third base?
Let's put Owen there.
Just put Owen. And who is your starting mascot?
Tubby.
Tubby. Tubby
He'd
would
kill
do
it.
so well. Mascot. I love that.
Yeah, shout out Tubby, man.
I think that's gonna be it. We hit an hour.
Nobody's dancing better than Tubby.
Nope,
No, for real.
definitely not.
Good luck on your series, gentlemen. Good luck in 20 minutes for the Gamer D. Thank y'all for watching the Summit Sit Down. Congratulations on your new minor league baseball team.
Oh, I can't wait.
Dude,
I hope your house sells.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Guys, if you're looking for a house, boy, do I have a deal for you. Hit up Gamer D in the DMs. He has a house for sale. It's a beautiful house. The greatest house. Yeah. All right, we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye.